He was the son of a harlot, a castaway, a misfit, and yet, when a nation trembled, they begged him to return. This is the story of Jephthah, the warrior who made a vow so terrible, it tore his soul in two. Jephthah was a mighty warrior in Gilead. Brave, tactical, sharp in battle, but society never saw that first. They saw his birth, his mother, a prostitute, and in a culture obsessed with bloodline and legitimacy, that meant everything. His half-brothers, the real sons of Gilead, despised him. "You shall not inherit anything from our father," they said. And so, they drove him out, into the wilderness, into exile. There, Jephthah lived among vagabonds, outlaws, rebels, men with nothing to lose who would later become his army. But Jephthah never forgot the sting of rejection, nor did he forget the land that cast him aside. Years passed, and suddenly, Gilead was under attack. The Ammonites were on the move, ruthless and bold. Their enemies outnumbered and outmaneuvered them. The elders of Gilead had no answers. Until someone whispered, "What about Jephthah?" The same elders who had once turned their backs now came begging. "Come be our commander. Lead us. Fight for us." Jephthah didn't say yes immediately. "Didn't you hate me? Drive me out. If I return and win, will I truly lead?" They swore it before God. So Jephthah came home, the forgotten son, now their only hope. Before the sword, Jephthah tried diplomacy. He sent messengers to the king of Ammon. "Why do you attack Israel?" The king replied with twisted history. "You took our land centuries ago. Now we reclaim it." But Jephthah responded with the truth line by line, tracing Israel's journey through the wilderness, showing that Israel had respected every nation's borders. "You attacked us. We defended. God gave us victory." But the king refused to listen. War was inevitable, and Jephthah knew it. And then, Jephthah made a vow, one that would haunt eternity. "If you give the Ammonites into my hands, whatever comes out of the door of my house to greet me, when I return in peace, I will offer it up as a burnt offering." A moment of desperation, a warrior's arrogance, or a tragic misunderstanding of God's character. The battle came, and Jephthah fought like a man possessed. God granted him victory. The Ammonites were crushed. Israel rejoiced. Jephthah returned home. And then, it happened. The door opened, and there she was, his only child, a daughter, his legacy. She came out dancing with tambourines, rejoicing at her father's victory. Jephthah fell to the ground. He tore his clothes, cried out, "You have brought me very low. For I have made a vow to the Lord, and I cannot take it back." The girl unnamed in scripture stood tall. "Father, you must do to me as you have vowed. But let me go and mourn my virginity. I will never marry, never know love." For 2 months, she wandered the hills with her friends. Not to rebel, not to escape, but to grieve, not death, but the life she would never live. She returned, and the scripture says, Jephthah did with her according to the vow he had made. Some scholars believe she was literally sacrificed. Others say she was dedicated to lifelong service, never to marry. Either way, Jephthah's house fell silent. The joy of victory turned into the silence of mourning. Jephthah, the man who gave everything to his people, lost the one person he loved most. And what did Israel do? There was no holiday, no statue, no song, just one small tradition. Each year, the young women of Israel would go out for 4 days to remember her. Why did Jephthah make such a vow? Did he misunderstand God's will? Was it cultural pressure, or was it pride? God had never demanded such things. In fact, child sacrifice was detestable to him. Yet Jephthah, raised outside the religious heart of Israel, may not have known the heart of Yahweh. He knew war. He knew rejection. He knew desperation. But did he truly know God? And yet, God still used him. Jephthah is listed in Hebrews 11. Among the faithful, broken, flawed, yet used. So here's the legacy of Jephthah. A rejected warrior. A man of deep wounds. A man who vowed something too great to bear. His story is not one of clean triumph, but of tragedy, sacrifice, and the terrible cost of zeal without knowledge. It's a warning, and it's a cry, to seek God, not just his power, but his heart.